Welcome to Killing Floor Survive and Thrive. Today we're doing the map Biotics Lab, and I'm joined here today by Rob.
Yo.
Dan the Man.
Howdy.
James.
Hello.
And Cody, who's downstairs kiting.
I am best medic.
And Link's in the call, but he's being a pizza face. Alright, so one of the first things you want to do in the first wave is head off to the left here. You want to weld this door after you check the item spawn that's right behind it. Then right after you do that, you're going to want to head straight back to spawn. And then head off to the right. Because on the right, you want to weld the door that's right here after you break all that glass that's back there. This door is very crucial to weld because if you don't do that, flesh pounds and other major enemies will come through there. And then, if Rob's ready, he can show you the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay, so this door up to the left and the door up directly in front of you, do not weld these as it will mess up the pathing of all of the enemies. Also, do not weld that door that's back there.
Yeah, we don't want to weld this door, the door that's back there, or
this
door that's right here. Those are the doors that will always mess you up on this map. Another thing to do on the first wave is just run around, break all the glass, and check all the item spawns, which we will show you right now. Alright, so the first weapon spawn you're going to want to check is immediate left from spawn. That door on the left right there is the door that's to the left from spawn. There's usually a weapon behind there on easier difficulties. The second weapon spawn you want to check is immediately to the right of spawn in this room. It's pretty easy to see, so you don't usually have to go in. You're going to want to break the glass as you go in. Then, back at spawn, if you go straight ahead, there's a spawn right by that bench that was there. Or that bed. There's usually... That item spawn is much rarer, but yet it provides usually good stuff like armor and etc. And right beyond that in that room, that's an even rarer spawn, but it usually gives you armor or 9mm or something like that. Alright, now for the rest of the spawns on the first floor. Behind the door you want to weld on the right, there's typically a bullpup, there's a weapon spawn right there. Then if you continue down that hallway and keep going straight, you will run into the weapon spawn that's right here, weapon armor, same thing. And then in this room, in the back right corner, there's another weapon spawn. And then from there we will head down to the second floor. The second floor in between these two staircases is usually a weapon spawn, and there's typically an ammo crate in front of it. And then from there, in the room that there's two doors on right next to the trader, there's a weapon spawn that's in between those two essentially death tables. And then in that same room off to the right, there is a weapon spawn right there. And then the room to the right of that, after you break all the glass, there's a weapon spawn that's right there, and there's typically an ammo crate behind the desk that's back there. Now, from the left of spawn, if you go down the stairs to the third floor, there's a weapon spawn in between the trader and the room that's the only other room that's down there. And the other room just happens to have the last item spawn on this map. Alright guys, we're back here, wave 10. The thing we forgot to mention in the beginning was that you always need to have somebody in this intersection right here. Because when somebody leaves this intersection, stuff spawns behind you, and in the later waves, flesh pounds, scrakes, everything will spawn back here, and you'll basically get screwed and died.
They'll spawn on the left side, and then they'll spawn in the back room on the right side.
Also, everybody left us because we're recording on a different day.
Yeah, and they weren't on.
Because, you know, I wake up early in the mornings, and everybody else wakes up at noon.
Hey, I woke up at like 8 this morning.
I woke up at 6. Actually,
I'm out of ammo, by the way, so it's on you.
Good to know. Yeah. Typically, you want to have some sort of support class back here, like a demo, sharpshooter, medic. Those guys are typically the ones you want back here. Mostly because they have range. If you don't have a ranged class, then just have somebody sitting back here.
Yeah. Commando works back there. Firebug works back there.
So
It's just basically anything that can sit back there, but it has like medium amounts of range can
Okay.
cover.
We just finished wave 10. Patriarch strategy, you want to lay a minefield of pipe bombs down here.
Keep it somewhat close, but have a few up front to trigger.
Or what I like to do is I just like to set up a sort of checkerboard all the way throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because that way, every time he walks over it, he just gets demolished.
Also, as soon as you hear the pipe bombs go off, while you're hiding behind the walls,
you want to make sure that you ambush him because he might not die. So just go out because he'll be stunned, so he's not going to attack you. Just
Yeah.
go out and put as many rounds as you can into him.
Okay, time to lay some more pipe bombs. We also have a random in our game.
Yeah. Who did okay this game?
He wasn't interfering with us.
If this dude screws us, I'm gonna be pissed.
Okay, he spawned in a good place.
Okay.
So, you typically want to hide behind one of the walls. Rob, you're in the wrong spot.
Noticed.
You want to hide behind one of the walls so he doesn't blow up the pipe bombs. And he just dies right there. That's typically how these things go, is that he just walks into the pipe bombs and he immediately dies. We don't have to fire at him.
Mm-hmm. Alright guys, that was Biotics Lab Survive and Thrive. Hope you
Thanks
enjoyed.
for watching. Bye-bye.